Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for watching Just for Fun. I'm Matt. I love you. This is my Grixis control deck in Standard. I love it. I've been having a lot of fun playing with this deck. This is sort of a budget-friendly-ish control deck. I know there are a couple cards in here that are a little pricey. Sorry. But it's a lot of fun to play. And you can tweak this sort of deck, any which way you want. I wanted to build around Languish and Radiant Flames because I feel like sweepers are really good right now. There's just too much powerful shit going on and too many like dudes that make tokens with them, and it's just too much. You just gotta get everything out of here, right? Plus, I really love this card. I think this card is nut. Fevered Visions. You might have seen me playing it in the blue-red Tomohiro Saito tempo style Flyers deck, and how freaking ridiculous it is in that deck. Well, it's also really, really good in a control deck when you're looking to sweep your opponent. Problem with playing a control deck in Standard right now is 1-for-1s don't do anything. So like a Jund type deck is just not. You're gonna fall too far behind, and the answers are very particular unless they're expensive. So like this answers almost everything except it's a sorcery, so it doesn't answer manlands and stuff like this. This doesn't answer everything. This doesn't answer everything. There's no way to just get rid of everything, right? So you have to have the right combination. So that's why there's a variety of removal in order to make sure that you can handle pretty much whatever is coming. And this helps you draw extra cards without having to spend mana every turn. So your opponent might be playing more threats this way, but your sweepers allow you to keep up. Kind of the nature of this card forces your opponent to overcommit to the board, right? Because they don't want to keep all the cards in their hand and keep taking damage every turn. So they might, just spam out their creatures, at which point you get more value out of Languish, right? Coincidentally, so this is kind of a win con on its own because eventually it could kill your opponent, especially in multiples. It also works really well with this card, another kind of like 3-mana enchantment, throw it out there, forget about it, and it'll win the game on its own. So this is a hell of a combo package for a control deck. So I wanted to try that out and see, okay, how do I like play Fevered Visions and just kill everything and win? Sphinx's Tutelage, that's how. Also, so these are the other sort of win-con cards in the deck. Fumarole is great after you've swept the board. It stays, sticks around, and it's a really, really quick clock. It's just an obviously good card. Dark Dwellers, allowing you to rebuy any of your early spells, which is really, really good. Works really well with Read the Bones. Does not work well with Radiant Flames, but or negate, but the rest of the cards here works pretty decently with, so you can almost always find a useful target for this. And it's 4/4 menace, so you can kind of, try to win the game with it. But it's unusual for me to actually be attacking with this. Usually this is rebuy a removal spell and have a 4/4 dummy sitting there blocking. By the time, if you're in a position where you can attack with this, you're probably going to win that game anyway. So Sire of Stagnation, kind of a fun of one of. I wanted to try it out as a control top end card. Obvious improvement would be to play Dragonlord Silumgar in this slot, same casting cost, and just much higher, much more immediate impact on the board than just a 5/7 Dum Dum with no. This should have had at least one other ability, right? Like intimidate, or maybe not hexproof, that would be too broken, but some blue or black ability to make it at least a little bit useful. But anyway, it's kind of it surprised me though. If you stick this and it doesn't die, you know, especially when you have Fevered Visions out, right? This is another kind of combo, right? So people are going to try to play their lands to stay under the Fevered Visions, and then you're going to draw extra cards off of it. You're going to exile cards of their library, which is going to mill them out faster, and, you know, this triggers Sphinx's tutelage also. Obnix, as a fun of one of, it's just a good card in general. It's not great. It's certainly not the best Planeswalker. I'm not like thrilled when I draw this, but you know, because usually we're playing from behind. This is probably better in like a proactive deck, honestly, because you know, minusing it to kill one dude is not gonna, you know, it's going to leave it at 2 loyalty, which is not really enough to keep it alive unless you have a board presence already. So a lot of the time, though, I'm slamming this and plussing it, and so it's kind of like draw a card and maybe save a bunch of life, you know, if they attack this instead, or, you know, trigger Sphinx's tutelage, whatever else you're using this for. If this sticks around, you're going to get just a tremendous advantage, but it's hard to get it to stick around in the deck, TBH. This pile is all removal. Okay, so this is a sort of a pet card of mine. I just love this card. It's the most situational card, right? It's so bad 90% of the time. It just sits in your hand, but then when it's good, it's the perfect card. It's like so good when it's good that it's worth having one of in there just for that right situation. Kolikin's Command is just powerful effect. I know the discard and the Fevered Vision seems like a bit of a nombo, but really, if they're drawing they're going to draw so many cards that you want to make sure you get rid of the key things that are a problem, or clear the way for Fevered Visions before it comes out. Ruinous Path, just a good catch-all removal spell. Some Fiery Impulses, Ultimate Price. We got the Sweepers over here we already talked about. The mana is great. I've not had a problem with having the right color mana, and there's a lot of double red, double black spells in here. This is a pile of Disruption, just to have a little bit of that in the deck, a couple card draw spells, and so forth. So it's a lot of fun. I did sort of make a sideboard, but it's not really, you know, terribly, how do I put this? It's not really terribly planned well. So basically, I made 2 piles. I said, how do I want to board against control, and how do I want to board against aggro? And if something's combo or in between, then it's not really going to help me that much. I mean, I can pick a few things apart here or there, but against a straight control deck with no, you know, I might want these kind of cards, like another threat, you know, something like that. If I'm playing against aggro, I might want to lower my curve, get a couple more sweepers, a couple more situational removal spells, and so forth. So anyway, I really enjoyed playing with this deck. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Please like, subscribe, comment. By the way, I really do appreciate all those people who are commenting like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. I don't get mad at that. You're right. Like, and if my answer sounds snarky, it's not. It will never be, because you know, usually it's like I think of it after, or or you guys, you know, you teach me something and I appreciate it, so thanks. Anyway, enjoy. Bye.